She has opened up a lot of eyes and a lot of hearts.
Yes.
And everybody that I have talked to says they have seen, followed the story from day one, from the day it's happened till now.
She just lit everybody's world up wherever she went, and that's everybody says that about her. She was just a light. So, and now her light has been going.
Still lighting the way for us. Can you take me back just a little bit, that horrible day?
It was when Good Friday. Yeah, this one Good Friday, and April Fool's was on the same day, and you thought, at first it was a joke that someone was playing on you, but then as time goes on, it wasn't a joke, and then about 4 days later, had the police come to your door and tell you that they found somebody and they want you to come and look at them and see if that was who it is. And first time I seen her, I knew who it was. And it was like part of you, most of it is your whole body you just died. It's like you rather it was you there instead of her, because she just turned 2 weeks after she turned 8 years old. She was just, full of life. And
How did you feel about that after all of these years? The man's arrested.
when they came and told us that they found him and he's in custody right now, it's like, it's hard to believe. You're sitting there trying to pinch yourself and see if it's actually true.
Yeah.
And after days goes on, and everybody asks you how you feel about that, and I'm sitting there, trying to say, trying to wrap your head around it, and I'm still having trouble, thinking, is it, actually true?
Yeah. Is it true? Like, is this a mistake? Did I get the wrong guy? Can this really be happening after, 30 years?
It's been 30 years, and you thinking to yourself, it's never going to come to this point. And then all of a sudden it got to this point, and it's like, it's hard to believe it.
And you had to live with this, and you have to live with it forever, but I mean, for wondering who did this to your child, at least we know that.
Yeah.
And you probably, now it's sinking in, they got the guy.
Right. It's slowly sinking in, thinking that we can now rest a little bit. We can, sleep a lot better now than we did before.
Well, I mean, obviously it's horrible to lose a child in any way, let alone this horrible way of some stranger. You didn't know this guy at all, right? No, okay, I didn't think you did. And then 30 years of wondering, it probably never left your mind. And that doesn't bring April back, but at least it's some sense of justice for her. Yeah,
that's true.
But sorry about your daughter's death.
Thank you.
But she looks like I'm a very good kid.
Yeah, she was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Shy and bashful, but she was pretty good.
Do you have any other children? Did she have?
I got a son. He's now 33, and he was 2 at the time.
Yeah, she would have been younger than April.
Yeah.
April is the oldest
April's
child.
the oldest. He's
Wow.
like 5 years younger, and he was born in '85, and he was like 2 months shy of being 3 when it happened.
He was pretty young to really understand
Yeah.
what happened to his big sister.
He's heard over the years, you know, what about people's talk and
Yeah,
seen it
yeah,
on
I think,
TV.
yeah.
But I waited until he was like 9 years old before I set him down and explained to him, does he understand what I'm talking about? And he says, yeah. But yeah, he's got a lot of anger in him.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because he loves to get his hands on him. And I guarantee you there won't be no jury because it's done been.
Yeah. Do you have some of those feelings too? Like you just like to get a hold of this guy?
Like, when I was in court and I seen him for the first time, I said I'd just like to just jump over the banister and just slap the tar out of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. That must have been, in a way, liberating and yet horrifying to see this guy
Yeah.
in a courtroom.
Yeah, when I first walked in here, I felt like, you know, I got nervous, scared, like you get the thrill from your tip of your head down to your toes, and it's like, and then they bring him in, and it's like all of it just vanishes, and you're sitting there just staring a hole through the side of his head. It's like, yeah, just look over this way.
Oh.
But nope, he wouldn't look over at us. He just kept his eye on the judge, and that was it.
That was your first sight, was really with other people in the courtroom.
Right.
I mean, it was a public hearing, or was it private, or?
Well, that one, it just had him in it.
And you and.
Yeah, I had all family members
yeah.
right in front row.
But still, you had lawyers and judges,
Yeah,
and I mean, you had people you really didn't know, and so you're having this tremendous experience, and it's kind of surreal to be in a courtroom and see this horrible man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time I ever been in a courtroom in that kind of a setting. But I have been in a courtroom, you know, when I got picked for jury duty.
Yeah.
But that was like totally, you know, different. But you're in a different atmosphere. You're like, you ain't got no choice in this one. It's like, do you want to sit and be quiet?
Those first hours when she didn't come home must have just been horrible for you.
Yeah, I called up there to where she was playing at, and I asked if she was home, you know, coming home, or if she was still up there playing. And they said that she ain't up here, and they called the other girl's house that she was playing at, and they said she left to go get her umbrella. But yeah,
She went from your house to a friend's house and was walking back to your house to get an umbrella.
well, what it is, she left with her umbrella.
Okay.
And they went up to the one girl's house that she originally was going to, and then they went around the corner that was like 2 houses from where the one girl lived at, and they were playing there for a while, and April said that she had to go get her umbrella at the other girl's house, so she went around the corner to get it, but never made it around the corner. And then we found her 4 days later.
Yeah, you know, I have a daughter. She's just going to college in 2 weeks, actually. But I can remember times when she was playing and didn't come home, and I was just so, you know, in just a half hour even.
Yeah.
I was panicking, like, you know, starting to search calling people.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel so horrible for you.
I mean, it took me till my son was 11 years old before I even let him alone by himself.
Yeah.
I couldn't let him play outside unless I know exactly where he was at. I mean, even with him being 33 now, it's like when he goes to work, I say, text him. I said, let me know when you get to work. Let me know when you're coming home.
Yeah.
It's like,
Does he still live with you?
oh yeah.
Yeah,
He
okay.
said he's going to live with us until he's 40, but with my health and what his dad's health is, he's going to stay with us to keep an eye on us.
And I guess the obvious first question is, tonight, how did you feel? This was a great turnout, I think.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. I mean, I wasn't expecting, a huge crowd, and I wasn't expecting, being escorted down with bikers. And I mean, that was a good sight. I thought they done good.
But I want to get out of the street there because I don't know which way they're going to go.
You still live in the neighborhood?
No, I live way out north.
Oh, you've moved. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to move,
Okay.
but we're working on it.
Yeah, okay.
I got a house set up, but I just need like
Yeah.
about $900.
Oh,
I'll
well,
have me a house.
I hope you get it. Is there,
Also, I need to move out where I'm at.
so where do you live now? Do you live now in the neighborhood, or have you moved north already?
I've been out north for
Okay.
the past 5 years.
So you got out of the
Yeah.
neighborhood. I think that's good.
Oh yeah, we moved out of here. I'll say probably about a month or two after it happened, because the police department told us that we needed to get out because you couldn't go to the store, you couldn't go outside unless you had cameras in your face or you had some kind of TV or newspaper following you up and down the street. And so they told us.
Say your name. Sorry.
My name's Kim Bradford.
Hi, and what's your connection to April? I know it was a very emotional time for you.
It's very emotional. Me and April, I can't really remember all things from 30 years ago, but we played, together in the streets. She knew my babysitter through church, and I also went to Fairfield Elementary for summer school, so we would play out in the schoolyard sometimes and all over these streets. So
April went to Fairfield.
she went to Fairfield Elementary, correct? And I went there during the summer for.
You were a few years older.
Yes, I was. I like to say 2 years because I only turned 11 7 days before she was abducted. So I was only 2 years older than April. So.
How do you feel about tonight? The turnout, everything.
I feel like it was a very good turnout for April and her family. And it just shows how much support they've had over the years, and nobody has forgotten April. I've tried to forget because I've tried to get away from here. That was my whole goal, to get away from Fort Wayne. But you never escape it. It's still in your mind. So
You can't run away from things like that. You have to try in order to know you can't do it. But how did you feel when this man was arrested?
oh my gosh, I don't even know how to express it. I was mad, I was full of rage, but I was also very excited and joyful that he has been caught. And it was kind of an eerie feeling because I since moved out of Fort Wayne, and I only live 7 minutes away from Grable now. So that was kind of haunting and took me back a little bit to knowing that he was right there where I was.
I mean, the irony. You try to get away and you end up living
Closer.
5 minutes or 10 minutes from where this guy lived.
And this creeper was.
Yeah. So it's amazing. This was 30 years has gone by. This man eluded justice all that time, but thank goodness he's caught now.
Thank goodness for DNA, and they took it way back then. It was something very new. I'm reading now that was something new, and I'm glad they did in fact take it so that she could have justice in the family as well.
This what do you think this captured the imagination, not the imagination, but the heart of so many people for so long? This was a national story, April Tinsley. It never went away.
Probably.
To everybody's credit.
Right. Probably just for the simple fact that we didn't know, man or woman, some free person that did capture this little girl from, I mean, everybody looked out for everybody in every neighborhood, and it's just the whole mystery, like, how could he elude, now that we know it's a he could elude people for so long, and I think just the whole mystery of it, probably.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say, Kim?
Just, I pray that justice will be served and he won't get off on insanity or something like that. He needs justice because he knew what he was doing by taunting the family, taunting police for decades. So he knew in his right mind that he knew what he had done.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was, rather the murder was, kidnapping, murder was premeditated. I don't know, but certainly after what you just said, leaving taunting messages, yeah.
Yeah, so he knew what he did. So.
Well, I know it was very emotional. I read some of your very well-written comments when this man was arrested, and that this has got to be, as you said, a angry but also a loving time for April.
Yes. Whew, I'm just getting emotional just because it was like right there. We went across the street, so.
Wow.
So.
Well, right, we're right in the neighborhood. But anyway, thank you. We should say that, is this park April Tinsley Park or
this is April's garden.
Garden.
So people can come here and pay their respects to April.
Beautiful.
I forget who actually donated it, but somebody in the neighborhood donated it in her memory. So it's very beautiful. Yes.
And you might as well say the park because everybody's going to associate this with April Tinsley, as they should. This is beautiful. The ceremony was beautiful. I was very impressed.
Right. And I was glad to kind of walk because that's what April did. She walked. She walked to church. She walked to school. She just lit everybody's world up wherever she went, and that's everybody says that about her. She was just a light. So, and now her light has been
still lighting the way for us.
Your dance in the sky. I hope you see days fly. I hope the angels know what they hate. I've been some ways, ever since you arrived. So tell